I think one other thing that was really interesting that happened when I was taking the course was one student, I don't know who it was, but they asked the question about how Thanos might be the most logical of, um, movie villains of all time. At least sci-fi movies or fiction
That is
films.
what is seductive about Thanos, yes.
I mean, I could definitely relate to that question, but I don't know how to answer that because, like, I think Thanos would kind of take up a utilitarian approach to things, right?
I think that the only possible way to make sense of what Thanos does is on utilitarian terms. Right?
Right.
I mean, there's just virtue ethics is for better and for worse not built to think about those kinds of global universal questions. What virtue ethics would do is it would look at the people who are lost, and then it would also look at the impact on those who suffer from the loss, right? How incredibly tragic it is, not just for the people who die, but for those who are left behind. I mean, that's sort of what Hawkeye's storyline is about. I feel like it could have been told with a little more nuance, but in any case, that's, I mean, it's, and so I think a virtue ethicist would say, no, you don't do this because you're wrecking a generation. Right? You are creating such terrible living conditions that it is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for people to flourish, for people to live well.
Right.
A deontologist, I don't think there's any way you can say we're going to destroy half of all sentient beings without, like, there's no way to square that with duty.
Yeah, with deontology, I don't think we can.
Especially since it seems like it's arbitrary who survives and who does
And
not.
who dies? Yeah.
So utilitarianism is the only possible way to rationalize it. And actually, the way in which utilitarianism might be suited to it is because it's outcomes oriented. You could say, well, those people who vanished, they don't know, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an interesting question, right? If is like, I mean, a lot of religions use the language of saying that somebody is in a better place of some kind when they have died. I don't know that Thanos, I mean, another way to think about it is they're sort of out of the cycle of pain, right? That's
Right.
more the Buddhist conception. But yeah, I mean, if your ethics are entirely future oriented, then when I do this, and people vanish, they vanish from the sphere of those to whom I'm obligated, right? I think we should be suspicious of that. I don't think it's what you'd call good utilitarianism, right? To say, like, oh, well, we're not going to worry about those people because they're gone anyhow. How can we worry about them anymore? Well, they're gone because of what you did, right? Like, that's,
Yeah.
there's like a kind of a moral sleight of hand there that's pretty terrible. So yeah, I don't know that I think Thanos is a responsible utilitarian or a good utilitarian. I think that it is possible to use utilitarianism to construct an argument for what he does. I don't think it's possible from any other ethical approach.